Remember that we finally brought telecommunication and tele-density penetration to Nigeria at a good level. Remember also that we returned the prestige of Nigeria and the Committee of Nations, that we could begin to now run sustainable democracy. I can give you some more. Remember that we've also done, remember that we've also been true to the concept of federalism by not interfering ridiculously with the states and the local government. Remember that we've also been a party that was able to take defeat even at the state level. So when people say we've been 16 years in government and we've done nothing, I just ask, why don't you take a picture of yourself 16 years ago and then compare it to what you look at right now? Look at the houses that have been built in the country. Look at what has happened in the economy. We've done port reforms in 16 years. We've done we've done a lot in agriculture in 16 years. We've created agencies that can help Nigeria to know that, okay, these things can happen in 16 years. Have we achieved everything we set out to achieve? Hell no. Nigeria is not a very simple place to administer because of the complexities of tribes and interests. But all the same, I think that we have seen 3 months of their wobbling. They have not come with an agenda. We will see. If they want to get 16 years, if Nigerians can invest 16 years in them.
Is it 3 months already? How are you counting it? I know it was May 29 that they were inaugurated.
May 29 to June 29 is how many days?
It's 1 month.
And then it's a little bit over a month.
And then June 29, it's not yet July 29.
Maybe it's not. Maybe because we were looking at.
I don't know how you're counting
Maybe we were looking at the February date that they got power. Well, let me explain to you.
As far as we know, yes. Mr. Shewumi, if we may interrupt you, yes. President Goodluck Jonathan was still president till May 29, 2015, and I hope that you acknowledge that.
Yes, we do.
Okay, now if you acknowledge that much, and you were talking about whether or not they've been yakking a lot since they, I'm using the words now,
yes,
since they got into the office to at least see. Don't you think that it's only proper that they say this is the state in which we met things? Isn't it proper to say, for the sake of transparency and accountability, this is what we have, and this is how we think we can proceed? For the sake of accountability, that's the reason why, when states are eventually paid, because we do know that just before, the handing over, we do know that there was fuel scarcity, and we know as a result of what, we do know that workers in many states have not been paid, they were being owed. We do know that there's been a drop in crude oil prices, and we might not be able to meet the budget that we projected for this year. And these are all realities that citizens must be aware of. Why is the PDP taking offense at this?
No, we're not taking offense. You are missing the point, Mark. We're not taking offense. What we're saying is this. When you say you want to come and contest and romance ties with Nigerians and tell them you're bringing in change, you're going to do $1 to a naira, you're going to feed everybody, you're going to give them 5,000 naira for those that are not working, you make a lot of very heavy promises. Because of the fluid nature of the use of the word change, and because it really is constant, Nigerians didn't even ask question, how?
You think they can't do that?
I don't know. How they're going to do it is the issue. And now that they've gotten to government, yes, we will expect them to use about a week or so to say we met and trade. Okay, we'll tolerate that. But if you're still saying that 2.5 months after, if you're saying that when we have seen that your members, your party members at the highest level.
You've not been able to count 2 months. So far, so good.
Maybe there's...
Because you asked me May 29, I asked you May 29 to June 29 is what month?
May 29.
June 29 is not yet July 29.
Yes, May 29 was when he was sworn in.
Yes.
Effectively, in the mind of Nigeria, a new president emerged from the day the election was over.
So you're saying that President Goodluck Jonathan stopped being president?
Hold on a minute. Mark, hold on. There's a time between February, when the election was done, and the president of my country, my party, President Goodluck Jonathan, gentleman of a leader, conceded, they had their work cut out for them. They were meant to start immediately planning how to get about this whole thing. And then, okay, we'll tolerate, we'll wait another 2 months and see whether they will wake up from their slumber. But honestly, the greatest challenge that we have here is that the APC as a political party does not even understand the extent of expectations of the Nigerian people. Because if they did, they would never have made those mistakes.
Even though they said so in that meeting yesterday, that we understand, we are conscious of the expectations of Nigerians, That's why they don't say they will not.
Well, if they say they are conscious of the exploitation of Nigeria, there's also the question of the capability to deliver anything meaningful.
What do you
Look,
think
they've not even been able to come up with a list of potential ministers. Some things are just offensive, especially given that they have increased the tempo of expectations of Nigeria.
I need to ask you some questions. Should they have been able to plan without information, seeing that the handover notes got to them just a day?
Let me shock you with one simple analogy. There are locations in the states that were controlled by the APC anyway. Some of those locations like Ogun, Osun and all of that never changed hands. They still remain with the APC. Tell me what spectacular new thing they have done, even in those locations at the subnational. The problem with the way we assess and look at Nigeria, is that we tend to have the desire to pin everything and every blame on the presidency. A lot of presidents have suffered of that in the past. Even under our watch, we will even still protect the president of Nigeria, which is President Muhammadu Buhari, and not allow him to be made responsible for things that should have happened at the local government and at the state. There is no record that under the watch of the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria, especially under the watch of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, that the states did not get their dues. Anybody who likes to say, oh, our money is lost, and all that, there are institutions of states that are meant to investigate this thing. The difference between beer parlor conversation and those who have responsibility of running government is that they have to have stable nerves. They have to talk in a manner that instills hope and faith in the system, not to overheat it. And honestly, when you have a medley of street bedfellows coming together to come and seize power like they've done in the APC, you cannot expect any better.
How do we explain what happened with the NNPC?
Listen, what happens with the NNPC, is it different with what happened to Nigerian police force? We not deceive ourselves that as a people, we are a little bit more corrupt than others, and we have the tendency to just overplay and just be smart around what is supposed to be the Commonwealth.
When you say as a people, those people? Is it the PDP or Nigerian people?
Hold on. The party and the government are only vehicles for running the affairs of the nation. Men and women, Nigerians, are the ones that have the actual responsibility of the day-to-day runnings of organization. If the NNPC has done anything that is untoward, why are they not being probed? Why is the person that has taken over responsibility? Listen, the greatest reason why Nigerians...
They have a committee to look into that already.
Let us wait. Let us wait. We are guilty of hasty generalization. It could even give the impression that there's not a single individual in that NNPC that is honest. And you may be surprised. They may finish the probe and they may find out that there are quite a lot of decent Nigerians working there and a few bad eggs. What do we expect them to do? President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo must know, and know truthfully, that the greatest expectations Nigerians have for them is that they should fight corruption. Why? Because that is the USP, the unique selling point of Major General Buhari. Everybody concedes that to him, that he's a disciplined, no-nonsense person. And in the case of Osinbajo, whatever is required in terms of managing the criminal justice system to be able to help us achieve this agenda for Nigeria is with him.
What if in fighting corruption? What if in fighting corruption,
yes,
it turns out that some members of the PDP have been culpable?
They should go to jail.
They should go to jail.
We didn't send anybody from the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria to go and become president or governor or anything so that they can go there and steal in. It's not written in our party manifesto. The expectation is that political parties exist to struggle for power.
Wouldn't your party be screaming a witch hunt if it's just, you know, if it
is only our party people that you are going after, yes, you will scream witch hunt.
But
if you go after everybody that has done something bad and you make them pay back the money, listen, there are too many Nigerians stuck in political parties whose only desire is just to see Nigeria grow. And if you don't join political parties, how do you even participate? But doesn't mean that all Nigerians that are in political parties tolerate the kinds of nonsense that we are hearing. So there's a change in government. They should run through the books. They should look at it. They should rework the criminal justice system to get us convictions very quickly, that the next generation may learn. We cannot really truthfully continue like this and expect that. The thing is that Nigerians are so
continue
hopeful.
like how?
We cannot continue with just pretending as if we don't know the corrupt ones among us, pretending as if we do not have the institution to check corruption.
But isn't that where the problem lies? Because,
what?
I mean, that's the greatest accusation that the APC has, giving them.
Yeah, at the national level. Is that the accusation of the APC in Lagos? Is that the accusation of APC in Lagos State? Is that the accusation of APC in Osho? Is that the accusation of APC in Edo? Listen, Mark, let's be true to ourselves and get it straight. We're not going to imagine that the federation called Nigeria has an interpretation that only the president and the presidency works. Mr.
Showumi, I will not let you parry my question, because the federal government, whether or not you like it, gets the biggest chunk. If we're talking about well over 50% of the nation